My name is LIORA Kane, and I work as a junior analyst at Bridgemore Holdings. I never get noticed. I just work quietly and do my job. So when the board chairman suddenly said my name during the quarterly review, I froze. "LIORA, excellent work on the revenue model," he said. "It saved us almost $2 million." I blinked. Saved what? I hadn't even known anyone saw my work. But before I could speak, someone else jumped up. My manager, Grant Voss, and he smiled like the praise belonged to him. Grant placed a hand on my shoulder and laughed. "Thank you, sir. I guided her closely. The model was part of my team's direction." He didn't guide me. He didn't even like me. But the board nodded. They believed him. And I felt my stomach twist. When we sat down, Grant leaned close enough that only I heard him. "Stay quiet," he whispered. "Let the adults talk." My face burned. He had always treated me like I was slow, unimportant, replaceable. But this time he stole my work on the biggest stage. After the meeting, Grant told the team, "I'll handle all communications with the board. LIORA's work stays under my direction." He said it loudly, like a warning. But something strange happened. The finance director, Arden Wells, kept watching me. He looked confused, like he knew something was off. Later that day, Arden walked to my desk. "Did you really build that model?" he asked quietly. I nodded, unsure what to say. "And Grant reviewed it?" I shook my head. Arden's eyes sharpened. "Then something is wrong. Very wrong." Arden walked away without another word. 10 minutes later, an email hit my inbox. Subject: Revenue Model. Audit initiated. My heart jumped. Why was my work being audited? Why now? The office buzzed. People whispered as I walked by. Some stared, some avoided eye contact. Grant stormed out his office and slammed his door. Something had happened. Something big. Arden came back. "LIORA, can you open the original file?" he asked quietly. I clicked through. The folder was empty. Completely empty. The models I spent weeks building were gone. Deleted. Grant folded his arms, smirking. Seems like LIORA misplaced her own work. But he didn't know one thing. I kept a full backup on my personal encrypted drive for moments exactly like this. I handed Arden the flash drive. "Everything is here," I said. Arden didn't smile, didn't speak. He simply nodded and left again. Grant's face went pale. Grant pulled me into a corner. "What did you give him?" he hissed. "My work," I said. "That's my department's work. It's my file, Grant." His jaw twitched. At noon, a message appeared company-wide. "Emergency audit meeting. All team leaders report." Grant cursed under his breath. Something was coming. Something he couldn't control. We filed into the meeting room. Everyone expected Arden, but instead, the entire board walked in, including the chairman. Everyone straightened. Grant swallowed hard. Arden stood beside the screen. "We pulled the system log," he said. "Someone deleted the original revenue model on Monday at 11:32 p.m. He clicked. A name appeared on the screen. Grant Voss.
Gasps filled the room. Grant jumped up. "It wasn't me. I was working late, yes, but LIORA changed the timestamps." The chairman raised a hand. "No one else has clearance at that hour. Only you." Grant's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Arden plugged in my flash drive. "This is LIORA's real model," he said. "Timestamped, documented, fully hers." He clicked again. "And this is the version Grant submitted, with his name pasted on the cover." Dead silence. "You claimed you guided her?" the chairman asked. Grant stuttered. I oversaw. I helped. Enough," the chairman said. Everyone knew he had lied. Arden spoke again. "There's one more thing." He opened a spreadsheet. It showed Grant added a secret bonus to himself using my model's projections. A high one. A very high one. HR entered the room. Grant's face drained of color. Grant Voss, you're placed on immediate suspension pending termination. Grant stared at me with pure hatred. You did this, he spat. No, I said softly. You did. The chairman turned to me. LIORA, we owe you an apology. Everyone watched. You were the mind behind the model, and you were ignored. His voice softened. It won't happen again. A week later, I was called into the executive floor. When I walked in, the chairman smiled. We'd like to offer you the role of senior analyst, he said, with a salary increase and a bonus, your rightful bonus. My chest tightened with shock. They showed me my new office, a whole window, a door, my own nameplate. I had only dreamed of this, and now it was mine. Not because of luck, but because of the truth. People who once ignored me now stopped by my door. Congrats, LIORA. You deserved it. I knew something was off with Grant. Funny how people change when they see the truth. Arden stopped by. You handled yourself well, he said. Thank you for believing me, I replied. He nodded. It wasn't belief, it was facts, and you had the courage to protect them. That evening, I stood in my new office and looked out at the city lights. Grant tried to erase my work, erase my voice, erase my name, but he failed. Because when people try to steal what's yours, the truth always makes its way to the surface. And sometimes, the truth brings you everything you never thought you'd have.